When we talk about the future of the internet, it can all sound a little abstract, right? Well, today, we're not just talking theories. We're looking at the real, tangible pieces being built as we speak. We're diving into the next generation decentralized frontier, where the very idea of ownership is getting a massive rewrite. And our whole journey really starts with this one simple but powerful question. What if you could actually own a piece of the internet? I mean, not just use it, not just rent space on it, but have a real, actual stake in the networks, the platforms, and the digital worlds you spend your time in. This single idea is the engine behind everything we're about to see.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the bedrock, the foundational tech, the picks and shovels of this new age. Then we'll see what kind of incredible digital worlds are being built on top of it. After that, we'll check out how this tech is sparking new art movements. And finally, we'll connect it all back to see how it's making a real-world impact.
All right, first up, the foundation. You can't build all the cool new apps and amazing experiences without first building the infrastructure underneath. And believe me, that's where the most radical change is happening right now.
The key concept here is something called decentralized infrastructure. Now, put simply, it's a huge shift away from a world where a few giant corporations own all the servers and all the networks, to a new model where the users, people like you and me, actually own and operate it. It's a fundamental change in who holds all the power.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, instead of powerful AI being locked away in these massive, centralized server farms owned by a few companies, projects like NewNet are creating a future where that exact same computing power is spread out and accessible to everyone. They're literally democratizing the tools of the future. And check this out. This is the really cool part. They take a massive AI model, then they use this clever technique called quantization to shrink it down. Think of it like compressing a giant 4K movie file so it can actually play on your laptop. This makes it so efficient that it can run on a standard home computer, which means anyone can take it and fine-tune it for their own specific needs. And this slide just lays out the difference perfectly. On the left, you've got the old way of doing things, centralized, owned by corporations, with all the profits flowing to the top. But on the right, you have the new model, the one that projects like Uplift are building, decentralized, owned by its users, where revenue is actually shared with the people providing the network. It's a total flip of the script.
Okay, so once you have this brand new foundation in place, what can you actually create with it? This is where we get to move from the technical stuff to pure imagination and start building entirely new digital worlds, all powered by this idea of shared ownership.
And people are already doing it. Just look at Infinity Rising. They're selling virtual real estate in their hub city. Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about owning a digital apartment, a verifiable home base in a brand new online universe. And as you can see from the details, the first batch of their sale is for 2,500 apartment keys. They're launching on the Cardano and Base blockchains, which are the public records that make this kind of digital ownership possible and provable. The date, the price, the supply, it's all out in the open. It's a transparent launch for a totally new digital economy.
And that price is so important. An early bird price of just $99. That's not about creating some exclusive high-end club. It's about making ownership in this new world accessible to everyone, right from the very beginning.
But at the same time, that accessibility is balanced with scarcity. With only 2,500 keys up for grabs in this first round, your ownership actually means something. It's verifiably limited, which is what gives it the potential to have real value. But hey, these new worlds aren't just about owning property. They're also becoming these amazing fertile grounds for new forms of culture and community. This is where you see technology start to fuel art and transform it into a full-on movement. This quote from the art project Perps just captures the vibe perfectly. This isn't some quiet, stuffy art you'd see in a gallery. No way. It's something else entirely. It's loud, it's meant to be shared, and it's meant to be felt as this big collective experience. So the really crucial thing to get here is that this art stands for something much bigger. It's not just a digital image. It's a whole community identity. Their mission is about internet unity, good energy, and doing it all together. The art is like your ticket of admission into this whole cultural movement.
Now, for what I think is the most important part. How does all of this, the infrastructure, these virtual worlds, this art, how does it all loop back to our actual physical lives and create a real-world impact?
This slide really shows you the sheer scale of what's happening. The traditional telecom industry is a $2 trillion behemoth. And then you have community-owned networks like Uplift stepping into the ring to challenge that dominance, all powered by these new ideas. This is a true David versus Goliath situation.
And this isn't just some niche project hiding in the corners of the internet anymore. We're talking about NBA champion Tristan Thompson being a key figure behind Uplift, bringing this idea of a community-owned mobile network straight into the mainstream.
And here's why. For him, this isn't just about technology. It's a mission. He asks, how can I help my community have a better tomorrow? And in this case, the answer is by providing affordable internet and actually giving people ownership in the network that serves them. It's all about empowerment.
So, that brings us right back to the big picture. We've seen how you can own the infrastructure that runs AI, a piece of a new digital world, a token of a cultural movement, and even a part of your own mobile network. It really makes you wonder, if we can truly own our digital lives in all these ways, what comes next?